In this episode, I talk about how to best use hashtags to attract your perfect client. Welcome to episode 101. We're in triple figures, guys, of the Honest Entrepreneur Show, where I help creatives like you to master your marketing. I nearly forgot the intro this week, I'll be honest. My name's Tom Ross, and let's get into it. Guys, I'm happy to be in triple figures. I feel like hitting a good groove with the show. I hope that shows in the content. So let's just jump straight into the content.
This question is from Dominique. When wanting to be found by potential clients on Instagram, I always see the advice of use the hashtags they would search for. But how are you actually supposed to find these out? I feel like they might be more likely to search for the tags that have a high volume of images, which wouldn't be good for me to use because I would be drowned out.
Awesome question, Dominique. We're having a good run of tactical questions on this show. No fluffy, vague mindset stuff for you guys. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So my answer would be just kind of use your gut, to be honest. I know I might say this in a lot of my answers, but there's no formula to follow. You just have to get out there and immerse yourself in your industry, in your community within that industry, and get to know what people are posting, what they're sharing, what they care about, the hashtags. Like, you're not going to have the perfect formula out the gate. So you got to test them and see which ones work and which ones don't, and what gives traction and what doesn't. And that's the part of the process for pretty much all of marketing. So in terms of like posting, the hashtags that they're using rather than your peers are using, first of all, whoever said that was a genius, obviously. Humble brag. But yeah, it's exactly right. And I think it's not even just what they're searching, it's actually what they're using themselves. So I've given the example on the show before. If you are a photographer and you are trying to do photography of people that have just had their first kid and they want to get like some family portraits done of their baby and that kind of thing, you wouldn't necessarily just use photographer. You might do something like hashtag proud parents, hashtag newborn, etc. The purpose here is that someone is not going to be browsing that hashtag with an intent. They're going to be browsing it because they're using it. So it might be that a new parent actually posts a picture of their baby, they do hashtag proud parent, and then they click on that hashtag, as people often do when they use a hashtag, and then they kind of see a bunch of other stuff around babies, they browse around, and they see your thing which pops up and says, by the way, I do this amazing baby photography, or they browse around and see like out of this grid of shit looking photos, one that is completely stunning and catches their eye and they're like, wow, what an amazing photo. They click through and see that you are the baby photographer, and then they're like, maybe we should get some photos done. And that's kind of how it works. So I would get out there. Again, if you're trying to figure out what your ideal clients are doing, I'm a huge fan of the one-on-one approach. Go and talk to them. So potential clients, current clients, people that you kind of vaguely know in the industry where you think they could be clients, go and talk to them and just ask if you can pick their brain. And people quite often appreciate that. You're not trying to sell anything to them. You're just saying, hey, I'd love to know like kind of how you behave and just what you're doing on these platforms, because I want to do a better job for my clients and I just really appreciate your help. Like, people generally feel quite honored when you come to them genuinely seeking their advice rather than trying to sell them. So if you see, let's run with this example. If you see people that have just had a kid, literally have the conversation. It's like, how would you be using hashtags on Instagram, or watch what they're doing? Go and stalk like potential customers and dream customers on Instagram and watch what they're putting in their content. Are they using hashtags at all? If they are, which hashtags are they using? Like, go and have those conversations and say like, hey, like, how would you generally find a baby photographer if it had to be via this platform? Or maybe they turn around and say, I'd never trust anyone, or I'd never find anyone on Instagram. Actually, I would always go via Google. And maybe that gives you an indication for your creative business. But that would be my answer. Basically, pay attention, try different things, see what works, and just talk to your potential and current customers instead of always trying to guess. Question of the day. If you had to describe yourself with one hashtag, what would that hashtag be? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really enjoying the YouTube show. If you are too, then be sure to hit the subscribe icon and tick the little bell to get notifications when I post new content on this platform.